Howdy, everyone. All right, so the riveting of that aftmost top skin is complete. Just wanted to show again. I don't know if I showed this at all actually, but here is how I've got the inside configured. I've got an old bed sheet folded up directly on the aluminum, and then I've got a couple of boards. Obviously, these are leftover from shipping crates. This one over here is a little bit wider and it's a little bit shorter, so it just spans from this bulkhead here back to this bulkhead, which is here. This middle one here that's got all the clecos on it. So this board just spans across those. This one here is a little bit skinnier and it actually fits better when you get closer to the actual tail of the aircraft. It fits a little better because the fuselage gets smaller, and it's pretty long, and it spans from all the way up by the manual flap bar all the way back. So I was surprised at how uncomfortable it was. I thought it was going to be pretty comfortable laying in there, just bucking rivets, but it's not all that comfortable because the further back you go, the tighter it gets, and you're constantly having to hold your hands above your head. It's not the end of the world. The riveting of the wings, I think, was harder, but so that's it. Just a couple of boards. Like I said, I've got the fuselage pretty much on the floor. It's sitting on the floor right here in this general area here. This is actually on the floor, and I've got the tail up a little bit on the rags like I had showed a minute ago, just because that's the way it wanted to kind of lay. So here's the skin. I'll go over. I'll videotape a little bit of the actual skin here in a minute and go. Wow, I cannot talk. I will videotape in a minute this aft skin and go over a few things, but I want to wipe it down first because it's got magic marker on it and fingerprints and things like that. So let me do some cleaning up in here and I'll get back to you. All right, so there it is. There's the aftmost top skin finally riveted in place. Again, fuselage is sitting on the floor. Just got done riveting that top skin. Got everything cleaned up a little bit. So I got the marks, the marker marks, how I label all the rivets, the size rivets that are supposed to go in the different locations. Cleaned all that off, cleaned off some of the fingerprints. So next up, now that is done, I'm not going to do this skin yet because this skin incorporates the side pieces that come down this bulkhead, and then they come down and then they angle forward, and that I don't recall exactly how far down, but it comes down and then at some point it kind of cuts across. That gets in the way of working inside here, and I'm not done with the flap mechanism, and I have to pull out my bell crank here. I've got to modify this bell crank a little bit so I can get my pitch servo attached to it. So I'm not going to work, I don't want to put this skin on until I get all the work completed in here and I get this thing done. Then when I no longer need access to anything in the baggage compartment or back, once I don't need access to anything in here, then I'll go ahead and I'll put this skin on and go from there. So this is going to stay just like it is for now. However, I'm going to relocate it out to site A1, which is going to be my garage. Now that the wings are riveted, I'm going to fit those to the fuselage. And to do that, I got to take the fuselage out into my garage. So that's the next step. And I believe I will start on that tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fuselage out. And I think I might leave it on the floor initially, just like it is here. Just take it out into the garage, put it on the floor. I'll pad everything underneath really well. And I'm going to paint the cockpit. I just picked up the paint today. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not doing anything over the top. I'm just using simple spray cans. And I'm going to paint the interior. I'm going to do that outside in the garage. And then I'll go ahead and bring the fuselage, put it back up on my different supports to get it up off the ground so I can lay underneath the wings. So once I get the cockpit painted, I'm going to put this thing up on its different supports, level it in all dimensions, and then I'm going to go ahead and start fitting the wings. I'm going to start that tomorrow. I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm going to at least try to get the cars moved around and get the fuselage out there. If things go really well, I may take the wings out there as well. But as always, as I continue to make progress, I will continue to film. And as long as you guys are hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends, having a party about it, I will continue to make these videos. All right, I will talk to you guys later, and hopefully that will be from out in the garage. All right, see ya.